We're back at the backyard golf course and it's time to roughen these greens. Kind of an exciting time. I want to define these greens and have them elevate out of the ground. There's two problems though. One, I don't know about you, but I've never built a golf course before. It's kind of difficult. So working my way through that. And secondly, I'm not a heavy equipment operator. So I have this smaller to medium-sized skid steer, which is all I have, so it's gonna have to do the job, but it's slow going. So I have a lot of fill here from the other part of the property, and I wanna take it and just shape this green before winter comes. So the nice thing is we do have some fill here to use that's lying around. The major problem is it's rocky. If you've seen the other videos from here, this place is rocky. It's an old gravel pit. So these guys here are a pain to work with. Anytime you're trying to level something off, as soon as you hit a rock, it's just a problem. So what you'd want to do if you weren't me and knew what you were doing, you would probably bring in better material, clean, very small stone in it, if any. But I can't do that. I can't get a processing plant in here to go through this little bit of a material and get the rock out. So kind of stuck with it. So my plan of attack to get the rock out of this dirt here is to put this rock bucket on the Bobcat, go in, pick up a bucket, and you kind of shake the Bobcat and the sand falls through and the rocks are left in your basket. So that's the plan. Not something you want to do, but something I'm going to have to do here to get rid of these rocks, because I started with the rocks in the dirt trying to build this up, and it's just frustrating. You can see them sticking out there. You bounce off them and it's so frustrating. So the next order of business here is to get rid of these rocks. This was sort of the outline of the septic bed. And then it's to get, I've got some fill here. We've got all that fill down there that we've been moving, but this is some terrible rocky stuff. So I'm gonna start sifting it with the rock bucket and start building this green up. Here's the finished rock wall or rock hill or whatever you want to call it. This was all that limestone that was in the huge pile on the fairway area of the course last year. So the guy came and put all the rock in the hill, and I finally got mulching done, one pail at a time. It was quite slow going. This area we got to fix up here. I might do some kind of waterfall or something, I don't know, in the future. Then you get around the corner here and there's the green. Like, it's right here at the house. So a bit dangerous, but it kind of has to be in this area. There's not a lot of options with that septic bed there, and then this hill down to the valley. I have to keep the valley here to keep the water coming from away from the house down towards the pond for drainage. I've got all the rocks now moved away that define the septic bed area. So now I'm going to kind of mark out where I want to build this green up, a little bit of a shape out here. We'll pull the pin and start sifting some rock and moving some material in place here and try to mound up this green. So that's going to be slow going, a couple buckets and there's that much rock in this material. So just going to take some time, and I guess it's got to be done. So we're running out of daylight, but more importantly, we're running out of good weather. Got a t-shirt on today. It's mid-November. In this area, that's unheard of. So totally a bonus couple weeks here, and cold weather's coming tomorrow night, and that will be the end of it, probably. Double digits cold, freezing. So I want to get these 2 piles moved for sure. I'm going to work late tonight and then hopefully get enough time tomorrow to move all 3 of them. So the rock bucket works pretty good. You can see this is not bad material once you get that rock out of it. So it's slow going. I wish I had a bulldozer, an excavator, or multiple things, but this is all I got. But the rock bucket works okay. So those 2 piles are cleaned up, and amazing how much rock I got out of the 2 dump truck loads there. Lots of rock over there. Got maybe a foot on here. I'm gonna have trouble leveling it, but I'm gonna keep going. This is maybe 2/3 of the area done, and then over here we have another pile. So this pile is sitting here. I want to get rid of it before winter here, get it away from the house. Very rocky again, so it's going to be a slow sifting, and probably just have to drive over the green and build that backside. There's about 1/3 left, and this should kind of work out to give us pretty good coverage there, and then I'll try to level everything off. It's getting dark again. This is slow going. Lots of work for one guy who doesn't really know what he's doing. I've pretty much got that last pile done. Got some rock out of it. There's a little bit left that I got to get at. Once you kind of drive over it, it really gets flat. It's pancaked down. We didn't get that much out of the 3 loads. A lot of rock came out, so that's where some of our volume went. The plan tomorrow will be pretty much just level this off. Got a little bit more fill to put down, and I've packed it down. Been trying to drive over everywhere on it, which is why we went from like a foot tall to maybe 6-7 inches. It's packed though, so I want to flatten as best I can. So we've got this area all cleaned up, and now it's time to try and level off this green area. I'm going to use the rock bucket. Kind of works like a rake, so I'll try that out, and then I've got another lawn drag over there that I might pull behind on the tractor, but it's not too bad. I just want to try to get this nice and flat here before it freezes up. Well, that ripped it up and leveled it out a little bit. I think it's loose enough now where I can go get that lawn drag and see if we can give it a nice polish and flatten. The lawn drag's great because it takes the high spots and dumps them in the low spots, so should work. This is a great lawn drag. I used this on our front yard this summer, and it's like a poor man's bulldozer. I actually like copied the idea or stole the idea from Connor Ward. He's got a great YouTube site, like the flattest, nicest lawn in America, and he dumps a bunch of sand on his lawn and pulls this around, and it levels it perfectly flat. So we're going to drag this over to the green, and I'll spin around until I'm seasick. That looks pretty good. Maybe a half an hour with the lawn drag, and it does a great job. It really is a poor man's bulldozer. not perfectly flat. This is just sort of something that I wanted to see. I wanted to get done before it freezes up. We got a cold night coming now and most of this week, so I think I told you that at the start. I can't remember. This video took 5 or 6 days to make from when we started that far green, but this is really just the sub base. Like, it's nothing important, nothing fancy. I need to build up on top of these 2 greens. This was really just rough material. Next spring is the expensive stuff, that rootzone mix, that USGA rootzone mix. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy it. That has to get trucked from 2.5 hours away, so it is a huge part of the budget, that rootzone mix. But you know, you can see this, it's not perfect, it's rocky, it's whatever, but this is really just that base. The good stuff comes next year. So yeah, I just love that lawn drag. You can see how much rock it picks out. As soon as it catches one, it shoots it up. So, you know, we kind of cleaned this up. It wasn't good material by any means. You saw how, you know, junky it was. But at the end of the day, hey, we've leveled it out with very little equipment. Just really want to get a look at it. I think we can put a bow on this video. That far green, I've cleaned that up a little bit better. It looks good from here. You know, this one's leveled off quite nice. I think before the cold comes, I'm going to try to put the flag in and stand back, see how it looks, and get ready for the serious stuff next spring. A little water, get it to freeze in tonight. There we go, we got the pins up. 2 pins on slightly elevated greens. Those 3 dump truck loads didn't go too far here, but you know, we've got a definition now, it's defined. Get maybe a little bit more fill in before the good stuff comes in next spring, but that far one down there is definitely a lot higher than it was a couple weeks ago. So starting to really define these 2 green locations, and then next spring is when things get serious here, and we will attempt, we'll do more than attempt, I think we'll pull it off. We will build 2 backyard golf greens here next spring once the snow melts. So thanks for watching on this one. It was a bit of a struggle, under-equipped, under-skilled, and it looks okay. I think it looks good.